All right, we got the FF7 Rebirth Episode 1 inside Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. 4 of these. We're going to watch the one tonight, then we'll watch the other 3 tomorrow. But let's check these out. Let's see how these are. I'm really interested to see how this is and what this goes into as like a game design student. Because this is more about the world and the environment. So
非常にまあファンの多いリスペクトされた IP だと思ってるので、まあそこをどういう風にこう再創作してあげることがユーザーの手元に届いた時にこう納得してもらえるんだろうっていうところはやっぱすごくこう前作の時はこう意識してるというかそこにすごい挑戦してて、
新曲はもともとないシーンだったりとかその辺をやっぱり新たに作るっていう意味で
There's a lot of songs, bro.
ある意味まあ自由ではあるんですけど、ある意味
There's a lot of
今まで
songs.
のオリジナル版から外れるような感じではなく、こう同一に並べた時に流
Dude,
れがちゃんとあるよ
ZBrush.
うに作るっていう意味で
I
は
use that
プレッ
program.
シャー的なものはあったんですけど、
That's fucking
曲そ
crazy.
のものっていうよりかはやっぱりその絵に当ててみてゲームに
How the
入れて
music
み
fit
て
within a scene
どういう
or
ふう
the
に機能して
game.
るかっていうところをすごくやっぱり
More
注
so
意
than
し
the
て
independent
作りました
composition. Oh, interesting.
様々な
That's probably why there's
色
so
々
many
な
different
街とか
songs.
あとフィールド、自然ですね。そういった様
It's
々
because
な
the
要
songs
素
are made for
があって
scenes
こ
rather
そ
than
ファイナルファンタジー
songs
だ
made
と思い
for
ますので、まあ、そういうところに
parts of
挑
the
戦
game.
できるっていうのは期待感とそれから楽しみにする気持ちの方が大きかったです。
前作ミッドガルというこ
Environment
う
director,
閉鎖的な、
lighting director.
空間でそこを緻密に作り込んで生活感を出すという風なところから、まあ、一見打って変わって広い世界に開放されるという、こうフィールドなんですけれども、
その今回 FF7 リバースではユーザーに対してこの FF7 の世界をこう体験してもらいたいので、やっぱりこう
Oh my god, bro. What the hell?
全てがつながっていてリアルスケールでなんかFF7 の世界ってこんなんだったんだっていうのを体験してもらうことがやっぱこのタイトルのこう一つのこう魅力というか使命だと思
I
って
was
た
so
ので、そこ
shocked
に関
with
してはもう
his.
最初からこう折れる気はなかったというか必ず達成しようと思っていたところでした。
Oh shit, shout
FF っ
out
て世界を
Hamaguchi.
その歩いて旅するものだと思っていたので、リメイクするならワールドマップはこうする以外ないよねっていうのはなんとなくこう感じていたし、一作目の頃からなんとなくそこ
This
には
game
やっ
is
ぱ
something else. Just
りうろ
looking
うろ
at
してもらうための要素っていうのは必要だとは思うんで、まあそういう今回探求の要素
it. Dude, that's. I don't want to pause it too much because like it gets annoying, but like I just don't want to sit here and just be like yes. Like, I haven't played original FF7. I've said it a billion bajillion times. Everybody knows at this point. But just in case, whatever. I haven't played it, so I don't know how that world map feels. But it's like any other older FF8, FF9, FF6 to a degree. Those are like kind of, 6 through 9 is kind of like the, they all kind of feel the same. So I've played 3 of the 4. So, like, that's what, when I played FF9, for the first time, I was like, dude, this is so fun. Just to run around the map and do shit. Like, when I played 8, it was still fun. But 9, there's something about 9 that was like, this is just fun as hell. Or just run around and just go to all these different places and have the chocobo, whatever. I did everything in 9. I got the ultimate weapons, whatever. I just forget what it was exactly called, but like going to the chocobo like heaven or whatever that was, or figuring that out and going all around the map and finding these parts and going in the middle of the ocean and finding the ultimate weapon for Zidane, I think, or whatever it was. It's fun. And like when I played it, I did that stuff at the end of the game and I had no encounters on, so I could run around and just kind of do my own thing. Because the encounters kind of interrupted a bit, but it's just like that sense of just for hours when I played on stream, and after stream, I remember I would just turn off encounters and just walk around and do the side content because I didn't want to bore people on stream back then. Now I would do it on stream, but beside the point, it's like it was a great time, and I was like, how are they gonna make this little like chibi guy on this big map actually make it feel like it's still a world map, but not like a huge open world that's like FF15 or just some bare world. It's just like, Because seeing your little chibi character run around the world map is like cool, and it has that like feeling of like, it's not as big as a world as you may think, but it's still pretty fucking huge. And you can't really do that with the new games because that's not really the style and whatever, right? Like you can't do that. So they did that though. They somehow fucking did that.
私自身も思ってる以上に、より
Especially
そ
with
の探索
the
要素が非
feeling
常
of
にたくさん
convenience of traveling
いわゆるクエストやもしくはこうある種こう谷をどんどん辿っていくと
and
実は
like
発見しづらいこうルートがあって、
yeah, just all the
その奥
stuff
には
like right there,
しっか
like
りとしたこう
secret paths
遺
and
跡があ
whatever.
ったとか、そういう探索の楽し
And
み
a lot of it, is
は
kind of like
その
Ubisoft-esque,
想像以
whatever.
上
But
に
I
詰
feel
まっ
like
て
a
なくて、
majority of it
そ
is
こに関しては非常にこう僕自身が意外だっていうか、僕自身が思ってたよりも開発チームが非常にそのワールドマップを魅力的にこう飽きのこない非常に
appealing and
楽しさ
not
が詰
you
まった
don't get tired of it. I didn't get tired of doing the side shit. There was a lot, and they could maybe chop down 4 or 5 intel points per area. And for the next game, for part 3, I hope they chop down like maybe 7 or 8 on each area, or 10. And then, boom, you can go back to those older areas and do that shit. But I don't know. It's like it's all appealing, and it's all side shit too. See you, Coda. Have a good night. It's wild there's something watching an interview for one of the most ambitious games in a decade than getting on a mobile ad. Yeah, I know, right?
だけでも
The
40
side
時
quests
間
were
を普
good
通
and
に
they
超え
kept
る
being good. Yeah.
ぐらいの多分普通でプレイすると超えちゃうと思うんですよね。40を超えるプレイボリュームがありながらもサイドコンテンツが多分それの倍近
Double
く
the
あ
amount.
る
Oh
の
yeah,
で、
he's
そ
right.
の
It was
まあでも普通
about
にこう
90
隅々ま
hours
で
for
こ
me
う
to
やって
do
プレイヤーっていうのは100
everything
時間を普通に
beside
超え
the
ちゃうんですよ。プレイ体験が。
combat simulator stuff. He was on the money with the time though, or
まあ
Hamaguchi.
もう
Holy shit.
20年以上前の作品ですけど、当時プレイした人がやっぱり印象に残ってるっていうのは
To the
非
mini
常
games.
に
Oh
ミニゲーム
man.
がたくさんあるっていうところだと思うんですよね。特にゴールドソーサーっていうロケーションは非常に大人気で、
オリジナルの時はオリジナルの時でこう最先端のアミューズメントパークとして描かれましたけれども、今作は今作の時代として、一番最先端に思わせるような、テーマパークを作ろうということで、ちょっと時代が変わってますので、今の時代だったら、同じものを表現する
Don't
時
have
に
any recollection of
ど
Golden
んな
Saucer
テクノロジー
or
にな
what
る
it
の
was
か
because I
なと
didn't,
か、どんな
play
楽しませ
VOG,
方をす
but
るのかなっていうところを
it's so
考
fun.
えると
Even
若
with
干
some
こ
of
う
the
変わっ
mini
て
games
く
being
る
a
部
pain in
分
the
があっ
ass,
て、
it's like
そうですね。やっぱり原作の曲の
I
イメー
was
ジ
so
が皆さん
excited
も
the
強いと
whole
思うの
game
で、
being
大
getting
きく
to that
変
area
更
because I was like,
する
it
こ
looks
と
so
は
fucking
ない
fun.
ようになってますね。
The whole time I was
鳴
like,
ら
when
し
are we
方
gonna get
と
the
か
gold saucer? When are
結
we
構
gonna
工
get
夫
there?
し
I
てて、
couldn't wait.
まあちょっとサウンドのねシステム設計になっていくんですけど、メインの曲は普通に鳴らしてるんじゃなくて、結構 3D オーディオ
Whoa.
を意識してて、上に配置してるんですよ。
That's true, yeah.
なので上から聞こえる
The
ように
areas have their own
なっ
audio
て
and stuff.
全域聞こえるような形で、で距離離れるとちょっと
That's its own thing, man, is audio design and
そういう仕組
location
みを入れてこ
audio
う
design.
なんでしょう、箱庭感をこう演出してます。
ライティングでゴールドソーサー作る上で表現したかったのは、原作でも多少感じられる部分はあったと思うんですけど、エントランスあたりのちょっと寂しい雰囲気だったりとか、そこから中に入った時の賑やかな感じとか、そういった部分をライティングで表現できたかなと思っています。
ゴールドソーサーはおそらくこう
True, me.
ユーザーが一番楽しみにしてくれるんだろうなというところで、
They put their whole bussy into it, man. Like,
おそらく
literally.
一番悩んだところではあります。
訪れるの多かったですからね。
うん
確かに
Yeah.
自分もやってた時もうずっとゴールド操作いたんで、ミニゲームやってたんで、ずっと耳に残ってるんだよね、あの曲ね。
Now is the time
Bro,
to take
come
your
on,
place among the worthy. Forge bond.
あとやっぱりメロディーもキャッチーなところがあるので、
I saw
それで
hating on the
皆さんの声
3D
に
brawler
残
on
ってるんじゃないです
Twitter.
かね。
Like, what? That shit was fun, man. It was not easy, but it was
今
fun,
回はゴールド
challenging,
ソー
I
サーだ
think.
けではなく
I
て、
enjoyed it very much.
それこそワールドマップでいろんなところにミニゲームが散らばって
Okay, the box mini game also was
中には
much better than it was in
原作にはなかった
Intergrade. I actually really enjoyed it this time around.
ゲーム全編通して遊べるようないろんなロケーションで遊べるようなカードゲーム
Fun
と
as
か
hell.
戦略ゲームとかもいろいろありますので、そういう意味ではすごく 原作よりも数が多くて作り込まれてるミニゲーム、それぞれがこう独立してこうリリースしてもいいぐらいのミニゲームが実装されているので、非常に盛りだくさんな作品になってますね。
Oh, there's plenty of mini games, buddy. But once again, if you're gonna make that many mini games, I guarantee there's not a single developer out there, maybe there is, but that's gonna put that many mini games into a game and they're all gonna be good. I said it in my review. There's bound to be at least 3 to 4 stinkers based off of just. It's like when you're coming up ideas with anything and you're like throwing out ideas and you're like, oh, that sounds good. They probably did it with mini games. Like, here's all the original ones we're gonna do, plus here's a bunch of new ones. And of course, when they're trying to make a bunch, there's gonna be some shitty ones. Not to say not to say there should, in that, oh, I'm gonna excuse the bad ones because that's just how it is. Like, no, of course there's bad ones, and of course some of them aren't fun and whatever, right? And some of them should be improved and et cetera, right? Like I said, Intergrade box minigame fucking sucked. It was great. I really enjoyed it in this one. Maybe people don't, but I thought it was fun. But I think that's what happens when you make that much of anything. There's all bound to be some shitty ones. But then at the same time, once again, this is also a good reason as to why it's a trilogy, because now in the third game, they take the ones that people liked or that they heard good things about. They don't change those. Maybe they add some things, and they bring the ones that people didn't like that much, and they maybe change them up a bit, and they improve them. Because clearly they've done that they did it with Fort Condor, no matter how fucking difficult and annoying that was. Box minigame, and that's relatively the only two I can think of that minigame-wise was in the first game. That didn't really have that many. I'm probably forgetting some, but they did that, right? And then it also goes into like just general game design and world design, is that they can improve upon it like a shit ton in the third part, which they might touch upon here. But like, clearly this was the game that was the most important because they're using this to build off into the third game, and so much of it is being used in part 3.
It's not
really what they're talking about now, but I think Rebirth is so much more important than part 3 of the trilogy. And I think they did the best they could. They did fucking amazing. So. If part 3 is worse, which I don't want to think about it being worse. But if it is, then that sucks. But Rebirth is technically more important. Obviously, the conclusion is really important, but from a market standpoint of getting people on board for the trilogy, this game was needed to be as good as it is. Up, schools out, how are you?
シンダーの開発の影響がウルヘイムは大きいので、もうそのあたりをオリジナルよりも一目でわかるようなデザイン、生活感も見えるような形で、デザインに入れていったというところで、シンダーの関係性というのをもっと深く表現できていると思います。
そうですね。ニフルの曲、やっぱりその悲しげな、曲はすごく心に残りますよね。
始まりの場所的なね、とこありますからね、やっぱ僕もやっぱ当時プレイしててね。
Now that they say it, the song does have that feeling, man.
不安な心のメロディー
The anxiety melody,
他の場所でも使ったりとかしつつ、やはり印象的なメロディーが皆さんの心に残っているのと、あとやっぱり印象的なシーンでかかってたのもあるかもしれないですね。はい。
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Now I hear it, it's like, yeah, it's very... The trauma song, literally... Bro, how many fucking ads? But yeah, it does actually tell a good story or feeling of emotions with that. Cosmo Canyon, dude. God, Cosmo Canyon. The song is so good. I mean, I'm doing okay at school, so I'm doing good, man. Appreciate it. Like, I heard the OG Cosmo Canyon song post-remake because I was listening to some of the songs. and the original game album, and I was like, this shit slaps. I don't know what Cosmic Canyon is, but I can't wait for Rebirth for Cosmic Canyon just because the song was fucking good, dude.
まあそこは崩さずに、
Oh.
やっぱ新しいこうテイストというか要素は今作なりに
Whoa,
散りばめる
concept art, that's beautiful.
っていう感じですか。
そうです。
That is
オリジナルの
rendered
イメージ
beautifully. Wow.
をまあそのまま
I would
再
hang
現す
that
る
up.
上で、気をつけたのは、まあライティングとしては、今回新しくディティールを追加した部分とかあるんですけど、まあ、そのロケが持つ雰囲気は、壊さないようにまず作業を始める
Cosmo
前
Canyon
に
was really cool.
そのロケがどういった特徴を持っているかっていうのを洗い出してから作
It
業
was
してみました。
also
まあ、
relatively
例えば
compact
コスモ
area,
キャニ
which I
オンがあっ
liked.
たりすると美しい夕日がすごい特徴的なロケであったので、まあ、そこを専用の夕日のマップを作って、まあ、その夕日の美しさをどう表現するかとか、まあ、そういった大きいイメージとしての印象は損なわないように
Day-night cycle never happening because
アプローチに関してはやっぱ特徴的にやったのが
specifically created
メインメニュ
skyboxes.
ーを開いた
That'd
時
be a
に
whole,
キャラクターが立ってる
whole other thing to do.
あれって一応時間帯も考慮してて、まあ、昼間開
Yeah,
くと
that's cool that
昼
they
まで
did that.
だし、まあ、夕方
Is that the
と夜
menu
という
changed?
ところ
Because
で
it kind of keeps
そ
you
の
in the
ロケーシ
game.
ョンの、まあ、おおよその時間帯に合わせた
I like
グラ
that.
フィ
It was
ッ
small,
ク
but
に対応していると思います。まあしてあります。やっぱメニューを開いた時にそのゲームをやってる没入感っていうのがまあなるべく失われたくない。
It's all about the immersion, man.
やっぱあるんですよね。
やっぱりコスモキャニオンの街だったりとかその辺のストーリーのところは原作準拠で、やってる感じですね。はい、ユーザーの、方々もそこはその原作のイメージが強いと思うので、
Oh, it
そ
is
の後
real strong,
ダンジョン
buddy.
に行ってからは結構その
Oh,
今回オリジ
people
ナ
have
ル
their
の
opinions.
要素の楽曲が増えております。
コスモキャニオン主要メンバーのレッド13の国境ですの
God,
で、
that cutscene
そ
was
こに
beautiful.
まつわる逸話がたくさん入ってくると。で、レッド13のご先祖様たちの歴史もあるというところで、そこの語られない部分のその歴史をどう感じさせるかというところで、ちょっとした
Bugenhagen.
ただの岩肌ではな
Bro,
くて、
Bugenhagen's model is
昔の
majestic,
ホテル
dude.
ですとか、そういう
It's
と
so
ころも
clean.
こだわりを持って作りました。
その中で自分が一番好きなのは、正直どのロケもこう遊びの手触りを変えてるんでどれも好きなんですけど、その中でも一個挙げるとしたら私はジュノンエリアが結構お気に入りではあります。
で私はなんかパレードの
ジュノン is crazy.
担当していて、
The parade thing is
パレードでどう
crazy,
いう
man.
こう演出をしたいかっていうところが、すごく手探りな状態になっていて、要は銃を持ってこう何か演技をさせるっていうことをやらせてるんですけ
We
ど、
had to have them perform something while
日
holding
本でも
guns, and in Japan, a few of the
ごく
self-defense
一
forces
部
did
自
something
衛
like
隊の方で
this.
そういうようなことをやってるところがあって、でそこを
So
ち
I
ょっと
respectfully
リ
use
ス
as
ペ
a
クト
source of
させていた
inspiration
だ
to
い
shape
て、
into
今
what
回
it
その
became.
今回の形に
Bro,
されて
pop the fuck off then, dude. That shit, like, the scale of this game and things that you do once
インパクトが強いというか
is
個性が
crazy.
強
You
いの
do
で
this shit or go to these
どれ
places
も面
once
白い
and you don't go
ね
back
それぞれ
again.
に違った
And it's like, holy shit, they did all of this work for this
楽しみ方
5,
があ
10 minute
るわけなん
section?
ですけど
Like,
ストーリーの
what?
方がやっぱり感
The
情で
amount
言
of
ったら喜
work
怒哀楽全てが入って
is crazy
サウ
for
ン
some
ド
of these
音楽っていうのは
tiny
そこをや
ass
っぱ
short
りこう
moments. Like,
補完
as
するよ
like
うなポジションだと思って
someone who's like
もちろんその
slowly
ミニゲー
learning
ム
the
も
process of the
すごい
game,
孤
of
立
game
したもの
design
があるん
and
ですけど
coding and all this
まあ
stuff.
そ
It's
こ
just
全
like,
部
dude,
含めて僕らはやっぱり
months
いいもの
for
にしたいっていう
something
のでや
that's
っぱ日々
20, 30
作ってる
minutes
ところがある
long.
んで
It's like, what the
まあ
hell?
ワールドマップというどこから探索してもいいし、すごくどこ行っても
But you only, you know, when you're making a game, you want to do that because you want people to have fun. Clearly, they care about
そう
the
いう
original,
ど
right?
っちかというと今までは
That's why they can
そ
do
こ
that.
相反するもの
If they're making a
遊
game
び
to
方
make
と
a
しては
game,
相反する
people don't
ど
do
こ行
that
って
because
もい
they
いよ
don't
っていう
have
部分
to.
と
So
よりこうがっつりとメインストーリー楽しむっていう部分が相反する部分がまあ
Things-
すごくいい
things-
バランスで同居してるっていうか融合してるっていう部分は今までない
that's what impressed me the most
遊
about
んだ
this
という
game
か
was the amount of
そんな
work
感覚が今まで
into
ない感覚なので
sections or
それが一番こう
parts
今作では
or things
自
that
信を持てるんじゃないかなと
are like one and done or so quick. I'm like, that like impressed me more than anything. Damn, man. Let me run it
一方
back because I was
ゲームの
talking.
話っていうまあ ワールドマップというどこから探索してもいいし、すごくどこ行っても発見があるし、どこ行っても非常に楽しいサブクエストがあるし、どこ行ってもミニゲームがあるしっていう、こうそういうどっちかというと今までは相反するもの、遊び方としては相反するもの、どこ行ってもいいよっていう部分と、がっつりとメインストーリー楽しむっていう部分が相反する部分が、まあすごくいいバランスで同居してるというか融合してるっていう部分は今までない。そんな感覚が今までない感覚なので、そこが一番こうコンセプトでは自信を持ってるんじゃないかなと。
True. He's true. Like, there's so much. There's the main story, which is fucking great, constantly going, and then there's, you know, the mini games and the side content and the, you know, VR battles, which get annoying at times, but there's so much, and that's what, like with FF16, it's like very story, side quest, it all blends together. 16 is a great game, but, and I don't want to like pit Rebirth because pit them against each other because like we don't have to, but like in the sense of there being a lot of variation, it's a straightforward action RPG with a JRPG with action, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And you know, main story, side quests, boom, right? And it like kind of fits in this like linear path of just the same tone and feeling throughout the whole game, which that's what they went for. It's not like they didn't go for that, so they succeed in that part. But like sometimes it's nice to, you know, relax or have a laugh or change up the pace of something. Because I feel like, at least from the Final Fantasies I've played, I've played 6, I've played 8, I played 9, I played 10, I played 13, I played 14, I played 15. Like, the thing I remember most about most FF games is, like, the wacky shit, or, like, the stuff that's, like, the contradictory stuff. So you got the good story and the characters and intense moments, but then you also got the fun shit. And so, Rebirth is like, hey, you got the main story that's serious, and you have side quests that are also pretty serious at times, but you got the wacky shit as well. And they like mix it pretty damn good, where it's not like one overbearing the other. So it's like, oh, here's a funny moment. It's not like a Marvel situation where it's like, oh, serious moment, and then crack a joke in the middle. It's not like the game is perfect. It has issues with pacing or toning or whatever, but the majority of it, 95% of it, is like, it balances that, like, those contrasting feelings and emotions and content and everything, like, pretty damn well, which is not easy. And it's kind of surprising that they did that. I'm just shocked that they made this game so, it's just so good as the second game. After 15, and after Kingdom Hearts 3, and after, like, Remake. Remake was great. I liked Kingdom Hearts 3. I enjoyed 15, but, like, they somehow just, like, cooked so hard. Like, I don't know if it was part of them being lucky, or part of them, like, being, hey, these games do this well, let's just take it. Which I think that's a majority of it was, hey, these games that people love and are critically acclaimed, just pop it, just make it Final Fantasy. And that's what they did. So I think that's why it's so well, is because they started taking shit, which we don't need to reinvent, which everybody has said this before, and I've heard people say this as well, but we don't got to reinvent the wheel for open world, because open world is easy to fuck up. It's a lot easier to mess up than make it good. So I'm just shocked they made it so good their second time around, or the first time around technically, because the remake wasn't open world at all. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy that they did it. But yeah, damn good. The game's so good, man. The game's so good, so good. I love it. It's a month. The game's not for a month, and I think about it every day. I listen to No Promises to Keep almost every day. I listen to the mini soundtrack that they have on streaming which in 8 days they'll actually have the full soundtrack. Thank God, finally. But holy shit, it's crazy. And I haven't even beat. I gotta play hard mode still. You know, and I haven't played it for like 2 weeks, really that much. And you think, if I stop playing for 2 weeks, I'll fall out of it, and you'd be like, I don't really want to do that anymore. But I'm like, no, I want to go back. I want to play again. I want to experience the story again. Already. But yeah, shit's good, dude. Let's watch another one. Why not? Fuck it. Fuck it, man. Let's watch this one. The soundtrack for the game is insane, dude. I know. It's so good. There's so much music. And as they said in the first video, like the music was made for scenes. Which Final Fantasy is just Square Enix knows how to make good music, whether it's for emotional moments or hype moments or just in general. They cook up, bro. Like everything, not even FF, but Nier and Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is okay, but like they just know how to do it. They just fucking know how to do it. But the scenario cutscenes and story, okay. Let's see how this goes. How long does it take for them to make those pre-rendered CG cutscenes? Probably like a year? Because they usually give it to another company to make or outsource it, I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
などを中心としたそのメインキャラクターを中心としたよりこう
That's true though. The small things matter the most.
シリアスでドラマチックなストーリーが、描かれていますので。
例えばですね、オリジナルの FF7 のストーリーの中でやっぱり名場面とかすごくいいエピソードだみたいな。
エリス
みたいなもう有名すぎてこうネタバレにもなるそういうシーンもあって驚くほどですねその25年前のストーリーをそのまま再現しているところ名場面に関してはそのまま再現していることが多いんですけどそれでもですね本当にリアリティを持って伝わるしそこにキャラクターのボイスであるとかすごい専用の BGM が乗っかって見せることでですねより名場面が際立っているっていうのがまず一つありますね。
リバース、リメイクリバースを原作にはないシーンを加えて拡張していった拡張するということをたくさんしたんですけども
Which I think Seven is lucky because it has a lot of compilation shit that they can pull from.
感情的にデフォルメされてた部分をそのドラマとしてちゃんと描きたい人の気持ちが変わったりとか感情のマインドセットを次に進むためにちゃんとしておきたいっていうのがあってあそこは新たなエピソードになってます。
当時本当はこういう表現にしたかったこういうふうに描きたかったっていうところが、当時のその技術力だとそこまで表現しきれなかったものがより深く表現できることになったので
オリジナルは基本的には参考にしています。それ以外にもFF7 関連の作品がすごい多くあるのでそれらも含めて一通りリファレンスとして参考に制作しています。
登場人物各個々に対して、演技のイメージっていうのを事前に資料としてまとめてあって、その資料が具体的にどんなものかっていうと、例えばその立ちポーズのそのキャラのイメージに合う例えばティファだったらこういうポーズが、手にちょっと腰に手を当てるようなポーズがちょっとティファっぽいよねとかそういう感じの、情報がまとまってるものになりますね。
キャラクターたちをどのようによりリアルというか
That's the thing about Seven remake that I love so much is the characters and obviously Rebirth just makes it even better. But
に関しては非常に
it's my favorite cast of characters in video games.
特にその今ってその原作と違ってキャラクターたちにボイスオーバーとかセリフが全部載って
not even including the story and whatever the fuck.
映画とかも今の演出ってそうなんですけど別に言葉がなくても表情だけで人の感情を伝えれるんですね。で今回ってやっぱそれをすごく意識してやっていて特にセリフがないところでもキャラクターのこのわずかな表情とか仕草でグッと心をつかまれるシーンっていうのがものすごく数いっぱいあるんでそこはぜひ見てもらいたいところの一つではありますね。
まあ、クラウドはですね、リメイクの物語の中ではバレットやティファというアバランチというグループに傭兵として何でもやとして雇われて、最初はお金のために働いているみたいな立場だったんですけれども、そのリメイクの中で彼らとの絆を築いて仲間としてお互いに認め合うような形でミッドガルを脱出しています。
クラウドはリメイクの中ではなんて言うんでしょうね、舐められないように頑張ってた。
Trying hard not to be disrespected.
仲間たちと一緒に行動するうちに、なんとなく自分の居場所を得た感じになってリバースに入ってくるっていう感じですね。
過去ニブル編のクラウドがあったんですけど、5年前っていう設定でもありますし、キャラクター的にもちょっと若いクラウドで、さらにその中にちょっと今までとイメージの違うクラウドを作らなきゃいけなかったので、モデル自体ちょっと若いモデルを用意してもらったり、フェイシャルをつける時も少し明るめだったり、元気を少し足したような感じのつけ方をしたんですけど、
そのセフィロスの弱さっていうのを皆さんが知っているから、完璧に見えて完璧じゃないところが魅力なのかなってちょっと思ってますけど、おそらくそれはクラウド。
But the surprising thing is the way that they have him interact with everybody, and it still feels real.
弱いところがしっかり描かれている。
Okay, they're also talking about what I'm also saying. Okay.
ティファはバレットと同じアバランチというグループの一員なんですけれども、そのアバランチの過激な活動に関してはリメイクの時から少しためらいがあって悩みがあって、
how he feels and what is happening with him is obviously so far fake, right? But like you can still tell that everybody interacts with him in a real way. アバランチが窮地に追い込まれた状況の中でもうその活動を続けるしかないっていう覚悟を決めつつも、でもやっぱりまだ揺れる思いは抱えていながらリバースに旅を始めますで、やっぱり彼女の中にはその幼なじみのクラウドっていう存在が大きくあって、でそのクラウドの様子が時々おかしくなったりとかすることを彼女なりにやっぱり心配に思っていることがあるので、それもあって一緒に行動しているっていうのはもう原作の設定と同じ形になっております。そうですね、ティファに関して言うとクラウドのことを心配するっていうこともあるんですけれども、いよいよクラウドが本当にどういうふうに考えているのかとかっていうところにちょっとやっぱり疑問を抱いたりとか、クラウドのことを心配するがあまり質問がきつくなって、少し口論になったりとか、そういう感情の部分でぶつかることとかもあるような、そういうより身近な関係として描くクラウドとの関係を描いているようなストーリーが最初から入ってきております。
先輩のプログラマーにもう発売になった頃にエアリスとティファって仲悪いよねって言われて、全然そんなつもりで作ってなかったので、今回はその彼女たちは仲いいと思ってすごい仲良くなれたという気分で作ってたのにそういうふうに解釈されたっていうのがずっと残ってて、それをだから彼女たちの関係性を描いたのが今回できたんじゃないかなと思います。
Especially the ending. The ending hurt exponentially more because Tifa was so sad. Cloud, obviously, they want you to feel bad for Tifa for a multitude of reasons. One, because of course, obviously, Aerith is still dying, but now her only other saving grace or like kind of soft or like person to go to, Cloud is now fucked up. And you're like, wow, I feel bad for her because she's sad Aerith died. But I also feel bad because like now Cloud's going insane and she doesn't have even him.
引くに引けない状況でミッドガルを脱出しています。娘のマリンっていうのがミッドガルに残されているんですけども、そのことは気がかりではあるんだけれども、その状況の中で、ミッドガルから逃亡してそのアバランチとしての活動を続けなければいけないみたいな葛藤の中旅を始めていくことになります。
バレットのこのなんだろうな、過去の親友というか
Everyone in the group is traumatized as fuck. I know.
第2のキャラクターがいて、その第2のキャラクターにまつわるエピソードっていうのがやっぱり原作と同様に描かれるんですけど、原作はなんだろう、本来言うと自分自身はそこまで原作の時の第2のエピソードってそこまでこう心を動かすような感じじゃなかったんですけど、 今作リバースにおいては非常にそのこうエピソードが感情的により心のこもった演出がされていて、非常にこう今作の中でも非常にこう良いシーンに仕上がっているので、
I've heard that most people prefer the original over the newer
作るにあたってよりカット縮小することなくしっかりと描いていったことは結果的には成功につながってるんじゃないかなと今では思っています。
自分にも娘がいるので感情移入がめちゃめちゃしてるので、あそこには変な力の入れ方をしています
なんか全体的にこう家族ネタ強いよね、うちのチーム。
そうですね。
エアリスはですね、町の花売りとしてクラウドたちと出会うんですけれども、リメイクの物語の終わりの方に差し掛かるとですね、死んだカンパニーが探している約束の地と呼ばれる星のエネルギーがたくさん眠っている場所、誰も知らない場所なんですけど、そこに結びつくと呼ばれている世界の特殊な種族の古代種セトラと呼ばれる種族の唯一の生き残りである。
The tree? Oh, the tree thing? That was in the OG? I thought that was
その
new.
存在であるがゆえに死んだカンパニーに狙われて一度は囚われたりするんですけれども、そこをクラウドたちが救出することによってミッドガルから旅を始める。
That wasn't one of the things they're upset about.
エアリスはもうリバースになると基本的にいつも明るく振る舞ってそのムードメーカーみたいな感じになってるんですけども、まあ、結構深刻なものを抱えているので、そのギャップが見どころと言いますか、はい、
例えば今回ですとコスモキャニオンっていう
Also, because she knows what happens in the game until like halfway point. When the whispers take her memories.
星の話、星の命の話とかが入ってきますので、そこにエアリスの
This scene was really nice. I guess it's new that.
彼女がその古代種の自分エアリス自身がどういうふうに考えているかとか、それに対しての仲間への思いが語られたりと新しい名場面となりうるシーンが入っております。リメイクの中の物語は、運命の壁というか、
See, I like that. Like
そのなんていうの最後に、その運命の壁を
them adding in shit that is like substantial because they want to add more memorable stuff on top of the already memorable stuff. Like once again, that just like to me personally, not to like continue to glaze the game or anything, but it's just like if I'm remaking a game as a company from a business standpoint, like FF7, right? If they remade it normally, it would sell a lot because it's FF7, but like people would still have complaints even if it was the same story. They'd be like, oh, it's the same thing. Why do I play the original? Why would I just not play the original? Because it's $70. Why would I say blah, 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 right? People are going to have complaints about it no matter what, but like showing that they want to remake it and add new scenes along with the old stuff. Granted, I know the whisper stuff and whatever, like ignoring that, talking about just solely like what they just said about the memorable scenes, like
ところがリメイクの話で、その運命っていうのは何なのかっていうものをなんとなく感づいているのかどうかはエアリスが実は知っているのではないかみたいな、そういったものも全てなくなった状態でリバースが始まりますので、エアリスにとっては新しい世界がまさにこれから始まっていくと楽しい気持ちで旅を始めると。
Also, it's just good because for the old people that play the original, that means they can make more memorable memories with the game.
できたストーリーっていうのを読んだときに、やっぱり今作っていうのは忘れる都までっていうのを描く物語になってて、そこの結末に対してキャラクターたちの絆とか関係性を非常に描いてるストーリーラインなんですよ。なんで、そこをただストーリーだけに閉じるんではなくて、ゲームデザインもちゃんとそのキャラクターたちの関係性と絆っていうのを描いてあげることで、野島さんのシナリオをいただいて読んだ時に、私の方で今回のゲームデザインとして見た時のテーマは絆にしようっていうふうに思ったので、そのゲーム側の方もそういうコンセプトで作られているっていうふうに。
So then part 3 will be around something else differently? ストーリーを進めることでキャラクターの関係性がどう変わっていくかっていうところは、まず一つ大きいところで言うと、まずクラウドと仲間たちの関係性っていうのをストーリーを進めたりとか、クエストを進めたりとかすることで変化していったり、キャラクターの
セリフ含めてそこに
I wonder if they'll get rid of the
差
Bond
別
stuff
化が
for
ある
part
みたいな
3
ところっていうのを
or
入れて
dial it down a bit.
カットシーンには選択肢があるんですね。で、そのキャラクターの好感度に
I
よって
imagine they won't. I don't
見え
know
る
how
カット
much
シーンが異なってくる
different stuff can happen in
なの
the
で
original
例え
game
ば
after
ティフ
Gold
ァ
Saucer because it
に
seems like that
好
was the
感を持
big
っても
thing.
らっていたらティファの
So maybe there is
特別
more,
なカッ
but
トシーンが流れます。
if there's
ぜ
not,
ひ皆さんには
they
何度
tone
も
it
プレイ
down.
してもらいたいと思っています。
23週
23週
まあそれぞれのキャラとの距離感っていうのもありますし、愛情表現でもその
romantic or
恋愛
familiar.
もあれば家族もあり、
Yuffie,
まあそう
man.
いう話を
She, like,
こ
what the
う
fuck?
絡めながら
How did
な
they
の
make
かなってい
Yuffie
う
feel like a character that's been in
多分ティファが
the
ご
game
縁が
since
大事
remake?
って
I
言
know
って
she
る
had
ん
a
ですけ
DLC,
ども、
but
まあ
like,
それが今回の世界観全体に関わってくるんですけど、こう人と人と触れ合うことで
they make her
その
feel like she
何
was
かが生まれる
a
じゃない
part
で
of
す
the
か。
team for the
ご
past
縁が
game
重なって
and
運命になるっていうんです
40
か
hours
そ
before
の
you
あ
got
た
to
り
her.
の
結局なんかセブンってそこによってキャラクターとの関係性によってこう変化するっていうものがなんかセブンらしさの一つではあるのかなとは思うので。
True, Nomura. Spitting, bro.
ザックスが、まあ、かなり早い段階から登場してまして、まあ、彼にはそのクラウドたちとは違う角度からこの世界を見るっていうそういう役割を果たしてもらいたくて、まあ、早めに登場してもらってます。今回のキャラクターとは別にこの舞台にリメイクリバースの舞台になっている星、世界がどんなものかっていうのももう一つのキャラクターとしてその星自体も出したかったんで、そこにザックスは深く絡んでもらえるといいなと思っています。
Deeply involved in the
ザックスってい
planet?
うのはその FF7 の原作の中では、
Because
クラウドたちのストーリーが始まる
Aerith
前
will
に
now be in the
亡
planet's
くなってい
live
る
stream
っていう
and Zack
死
will
んで
now
しま
die
って
and they'll be
いる
together.
キャラクターなんですけれども、そのキャラクターがなぜここにまた出てくるのかっていうところ自体がそのプレイヤーの興味を引きつけたり、この世界は一体どういうものなんだろうっていう疑問をですね、
I still think
プレイヤーに
Zack will
抱か
die.
せるとともにザックス
He'll end up
自身もなんでここにいるんだろ
And
う
they'll
っていう
do something with Zack and
思
Aerith
う
in
こ
the
と
third
で
game.
よりこうそ
Where
の
they're both like dead
謎
or
を深め
something.
ていくというように構成しています。
Cool. Damn, man, that was also good to watch. That was fun. This shit's... I'm eating this shit up, dude. God.
私はやっぱ原作 FF7 っていうのはやっぱ子供の頃に一ファンとしてこうプレイしてたので、その自分の中でこうなんだろうな、変えてほしくない FF7 のこのイメージというか あるんですよ。ここは聖域であって手を入れないでほしいっていう。
ただまんまはやりたくなかったんですよね。
Oh shit. Is it Hamaguchi and Nomura?
そうじゃないと意味がないというか。
リメイクの終わりのエンディングの時にですね、未知なる旅は続く
They're clashing ideas.
ワードがあったんですけれども、やっぱりプレイヤーが体験したことがない旅、原作を知っていても新鮮に思える。
それはだからやっぱりその単に皆さんが知ってる続きの物語がこの後描かれるっていうわけではないんですよ。驚きのある旅がこの後もありますよっていうことを。
Oh, we were in for a journey post remake, man.
言葉としてあれ。
A fucking journey, dude.
そういう意味でやっぱり原作の
even this dude. I remember watching this
構成っていうところは
after the DLC and freaking out.
その中にいかにこう違う変化を入れながらユーザーに対してなんかこう期待感とかこういい意味での不安感を与えれるかっていう方がやっぱりリメイク作品としてユーザーに届きやすいだろうなっていうのが
Which that reaction's on YouTube because that's from a while back, but that's up. My remake stuff for the first time isn't up because I didn't stream at that point again. But
活躍する
the DLC is because the DLC was so good. Also beating Weiss after 6 hours, I was flipping shit.
そういう隠されたエピソードみたいなのも見れるようになっております。
原作ではもちろんボイスがなかったので、今回初めてボイス付きでこうこんなこと言ってたんだとか、
But they had voices in AC.
こんなキャラだったっていうのがこう初めてこう分かるので、非常にこうなんていうのかな、意外だったって感じかな。
ヴィンセントには暗い過去があり、 彼の心の闇と悲しみを声と喋り方に反映させる。
German translator? Holy shit. Fucking ads, bro. God. OG Cloud Model's peak
ハン
is
サムな
the
ホラ
cubes.
ー的な要素を帯びたその魅力的な
Dude,
怪
Vincent's
しい魅力を持ったキャラクターだって
snatch,
いう
man.
イメージがあったんですけども、
His waist is crazy.
それとは違うちょっとねお茶目なというかちょっとね面白い原作ではこう感じなかったヴィンセントの新しい一面っていうの
I
が
can't wait to play Dirge of Cerberus and hate it like everyone else.
やはりちょっとシドに関しては
Whenever that actually
持っている
happens.
印象と
Because I will play it. I know people say not to and they say shit, but I'm playing
ま
it.
ずシドはおじさん
I
のイメー
will.
ジがちょっとあると思うんですけども、実は結構若くてですね、30代前半なんです
Are
ね。
there spoilers?
ですので顔を作るときにはそれをすごく意
Probably
識し
not.
ながら作ってます
Kind of, but
特にヒゲの
not
長
main
さ
story
と
stuff.
か生え方に関
It's
して
so
は
bad it's not a
野
meme.
村さんと話を何回も重ねて今のリバースらしいシドが作れたかなと思っています。
Sid doesn't smoke a
例えば
cig
シド
though
で
in
す
this
が
one.
彼がアメリカ南部の訛りがありましたので、それをリバースでも採用しました。
魅力はその明るさというか、
まあ、元
I
気な
love Yuffie, man. God.
っていうところが、まあ、当然あ
So
ると思うの
adorable.
で、イベントとかの演出面に
So you can't smoke cigs
その
because
ドジっ子要
oh
素
it's oh I didn't know that.
を
Damn.
まあ入れるように
That's
したり
what?
とか、例えばいいのかな言って途中で
That's
転んだり
interesting.
とかイベント中にそういうちょっとドジな要素が入ったりとか、あと例えばイベント以外でも普通に鼻歌を歌ったりとか歌をよく歌うところがあるんですけど、そういう時もた
It's
だ
so bad that's
た
it,
だ
yeah.
歌ってるんじゃなくてちゃんと全身を使って
ユフィは喜怒哀楽がとても激しいキャラクター
Dude,
だと思います
Yuffie's
が、
I've said this a million times and I'll keep saying it.
特に
But
バレッ
her
ト
mocap,
との
whoever did it,
やり
give
取
him a
り
raise.
では
Whoever made the executive
ユフィの
decision
そ
to
の
have her so
まあ涼しいところと
you know
か
constantly
魅力な
moving
ところとかが
perfect.
よく見えて
Like
とても楽しかったと思います。
まあそこを
God,
どんどん
it's so like it's just
バ
so
トルだとどう
entertaining.
だというと
She
や
was
っ
the
ぱもう
most entertaining
とにか
character
く動き
to
回
see
る
in a lot of
言い
situations
出し
because
と
she
動き回るっていうところ
was
と
like
あ
she's just a
と
kid,
気持ちよ
right?
さ
So her
バトル
reactions
中
are
の
like over
レ
the
ス
top.
ポンスであったりとか
And she's like
触って
she's like a TikTok kid.
も
She's
どんどん触
like
りたくなるような
always moving and shit.
良いプレーができるキャラクターっていうのでバトルは進む
She probably reads MHA, you know, probably, you know,
レッド13
likes
に関しては
I don't know.
死んだビル
Scrolling
に
TikTok all night
北条
before
博
bed.
士に捕まってた時
And
期
you
が
know,
長か
like
ったの
when
で
you see her, you're like,
そ
yeah,
れが解
that's
放され
Yuffie.
たということでもうとにかく家に帰り
She's
た
great,
い
man.
という気持ちでリバースでは
ADHD is called
では
yeah,
主に
probably.
L13 の真面目な面が見せられており、でリバースでは彼のコミカルな面も見られます。
Also, I love
トラ
Red
と
Man.
か
I
ダ
love
イヤ
every
もそうです
character
けど、
in
あん
this
まり
game.
その
It's
表
just
情に対して喜怒哀楽みたいなものって分かりづらいですね。人間みたいにこう眉がすごく動くわけではないので、すごくこう怒ってるかニュートラルかくらいだったら分かるんですけど、それ以外の悲しいとかなんていうか
That's a good point.
喜んでるとかっていうのって
He's a dog,
す
so
ごく
like
分かりづらいんですけど、
emotions
テストで
are
はその
not
部分がす
easy
ごく重要なので、もうそういうのはも
to
う
convey.
リアルとはちょっと外して
Because he does look mad most of the
ユー
time,
ザー
which
に
that's
届
like
きや
his
すい感じで
character, but
もっと分かりやすい表情をさせています。
they do it pretty
で
well.
PC キャラですので、
in Rebirth.
他の PC 同様、例えば
Especially when the
はしごを
change
登る
happens.
とかフィールドアクション的なこともしな
Like
け
his
ればならない
eyebrows don't look
し、椅子に
so
座らなければならない。
clenched is maybe the wrong word,
ところ
but
としては野村さんから
intense
チョコボに乗るとき
for the
に
rest
お
of the game.
座りの姿勢はさせたくないというオーダーがまず一つあって、でその上で
Also,
手
him
に
posted up on the chocobo is
手
crazy.
綱を握らせるというところはマストとして、そこから
You weren't expecting
い
him to
くつか
speak?
ポーズのバリエーションを作って、
Yeah, me neither when I
野村
played
さんに
Remake way back.
見ていただいて、これだっていうので選んでもらったのがあの姿勢です。
選ばれると思ってなかったですよね。
いやー、どうですかね。自分もバリエーション
Wait,
の
do
時
they
に
show the
ノ
other
リノリでちょっ
variations,
と
like in
ポーズ
concept
とか
art?
もして
Maybe in the Ultimania they do.
どれも多分面白い感じに多分なって
I'd like
る
to
と
see
思いま
those.
す。あとは
I
他
assume
のキャ
there's
ラク
one
タ
where
ー
he's
と違っ
like
て手でこう
sitting like
って言ってもまあ
like
4
just
足
like this.
基本のポーズであるので、攻撃のバリエーションも
Like with
他の
all
キャラと
fours
同じよう
facing
に
down.
すごい数がある。
That's probably the
で
first
そこ
one
の
they
差
went
別
with.
化をしていくのは
I hope that
まあ
that's in
と
the
ても難しい
concept art or something. I'd love to see those.
前作のそのキャラクターがある中で今度レッド13を追加するっていう時
This guy was at PAX.
まあ
PAX
全く
East.
違う遊び方を
I think
作りたかったんで、
Wait, no.
まあその防御から
Never mind, wrong guy.
派生していろんなものが展開していくっていう
I
タイプのキャラ
thought
はま
that
だい
was
なか
for
っ
the
たんで、
16 panel, but this is
ま
not
あそこ
16.
で
This
そ
is
の
Rebirth.
ポイントに注目して、まあ企画を詰めていったっていう形です。
もう一個はそのパーティー全体のこう絆ですね。クラウドとこうキャラクターっていうこうものではなくて、パーティー全体の絆。
結構こうファイナルファンタジーってストーリーがすごく注目されるゲームですし、まあキャラクターが愛されるゲームなんで、まあそこをこうバトル側からも、支援というか深くこうそこに密接に関わっていけるような要素がやっぱ必要だなと思って。
Dude, I love the synergy shit. It realistically, you don't need to use it. Like I didn't really use it that much until later in the game. I even talked about in my review that like at first it kind of seems like just a thing they added in just to have it for combat, and it's just like, this is cool, but not really that great. But once you like get a grasp, you're like, damn, this is actually very important. And it's fucking fun. The abilities, the skills. I don't think I use enough even still, but
ついては、まあ当然その好きなキャラクターで遊びたいっていうのが
There's so many. I haven't even seen all of them.
まあそこで例えば
It's like, yeah, also yeah, ATB is much harder to build.
苦手なアクション性だったり
Which hard mode we'll see in a couple minutes once we watch this. That probably need to rely on it a lot more. We're gonna get shit on in hard mode.
まあなかなかこうバトルに厚みが出ないので、まあそこはあえてそのキャラのその特性からまあイメージできるようなスタイルをこう意識して。
Each character does feel very different. Bear unfortunately feels relatively the same though from the first game, even though I love to use Bear in this game.
使いたいけどこのキャラクターの遊び方をこうちょっとマスターしないといけないみたいなところもまあ乗り越えてもらう前提で、まあ少しこう差別化を。
Aerith feels a lot different actually. Aerith feels so much better in this game. Like they buffed the shit out of her, man.
まあ連携の要素っていうのをちゃんと用意して。
And Tifa's was great in the first game. She's great in this too.
自分の好きな組み合わせでゲームを遊んでもらえるっていうところをまあ満たしたいっていうところがあったので、まあそういうようなところにもちょっとやっぱりコストをかけながらものづくりしたっていうのはあります。
A bunch of Capcom.
いろんなキャラクター組み合わせてるんで、どれも使い勝手がいいんですけど。FF7 らしいなっていうところで言うと、やっぱりレッド13とかケットシーの組み合わせの
Because they're both animals?
はすごい可愛らしく作ってるんですよ。
ケットシーは
I didn't see that one. That was adorable.
を出しつつ、
Oh, that's cute. I guess because it's a cat and a dog.
会話したりするので、まあその辺はなんか人になりすぎないようにというかは気をつけて。
God, dude, Kate Sith, they do him. He's great.
可愛いキャラなんで、役者さんもコミカルに動いてくれて。
From what I've heard, most people hated him in the OG. They weren't a fan.
演技ができてるのかな。
The moments in the game with him were great. I can't wait for more of him. He's so cool.
どちらかというとケットシーはちっちゃくて見えないんですけれども、
His model as well is just like perfectly made.
の方で表現をしたいというところで。The
way they do the art style in this game is like very impressive. How they mix the realistic look with the half anime, half fake-ish. Motherfucker, dude. Stupid ass. It lends to the graphics as well, though, with the art style because they don't have to be like FF16 realism. But it's like a fine line. Box, dude. Okay, chapter Rebirth is like practically a perfect game for me, except for like the box throwing. I fucking hated that, as did everybody. That was so bad. That whole chapter was kind of not good. That was so bad, dude. I need to do that for the platinum as well. I gotta get a perfect box score for that bullshit.
今作まあこう自分でこうものづくりをしていってこうすごくこう思ったのはまあ今作ゲームを開始すると一章っていうのはニブルヘイムの
mind it, but they didn't like what they did with Shinra Manor.
なんでまあ本当に
that whole chapter was iffy for me.
若かりしクラウドと一緒にこうニブルマコールを探索するんですけど、その時のセフィロスってまだこう
I think half of it was playing as Kate. It was cool at first, but it got exhausting. It felt drawn out. It was the only point in the game that felt drawn out. It felt like they reverted to remake design choices.
まあいろんな事情によりその悪として まあ悪に落ちてしまったんですかね。シンプルに最初から悪者っていうよりはしっかりともともとは主人公の尊敬する相手であり、まあ、もしくは同じこうライバルっていうのかな、同じ仕事仲間のライバルでありっていう部分がある事情によって敵になってしまう。敵になってから今度、敵対するライバルとしてずっと。リバースの2作目においてはやっぱそこは
I feel like even with Rebirth though, there's like a vast majority of Sephiroth we don't know about. And from when I first played a remake, I remember people telling me, like some of my friends being like, dude, Sephiroth showing up this much in remake is weird because he doesn't show up that much, have a big part of it until like the later half of the original game. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And Rebirth is, you know, up to disc 1. So from what I remember them saying that it has a lot of them. There's still much more of the stuff to come, but like, yeah, we had the flashback and all that, but he's still mysterious as fuck, but which I kind of just toss up to being like, oh, he's mysterious because he's a bad guy, but I'm assuming there's more to it.
本作のローカライズ言語数ですが、前作と同じで、ボイスは英語、フランス語、ドイツ語の3言語、字幕は欧米言語ですとか、あとアジア言語など10言語にローカライズしていまして、各国のユーザーの皆さんに、それぞれの言語で日本語版と同じ世界観を体験いただけるように工夫を凝らしています。
Jesus, One day I'd like that'd be my job. Localization, English to Jap or Japanese to English. That's Square Enix, so it'd be sick. It's my dream.
例えば、日本語が一つの文章でも、その文章の中で、3つの間が空いた場合は、海外版ではまあ2つか。
It's a hard ass job though, man. God, that's fucking not easy to do.
そうすると、
I envy those people a lot.
限られてきますので、意外と難しかったです。
日本語の
Also, you're on the shitty side of it because people are picky about localization nowadays. So it's like a whole other thing because people just don't shut up about it. It's like, dude, like, it ain't easy, man.
シリーズにおけるストーリーの重要な部分であり、今まで見てたクラウドの性格とはまた違う面を見せており、
The whole Steel Sky thing, yeah, like that too is like they didn't know because they can't just be like, hey Nomura, what is this? Is this supposed to be like have another meaning or like you can't do that. Clearly that's like what the point, but you know we don't know. Because also that's just like the essence of Japanese and other languages that aren't English is like. Connotation and all that shit. It's hard, man. It's scary, honestly. Even with a massive company like Square Enix, it's just like shit happens. People make mistakes. That's just the differences between the languages. That is crazy though. The Steel Sky thing is actually pretty wild.
や泣かせるシーンがいっぱい詰まってます。
ストーリー以外にもですね、自由な広大な世界を探検する楽しみであるとか、いろんなクエストを探してそれぞれのキャラクターがどういうふうにそのクエストの中で行動するのか。
We never saw more with that like black tattoo design on that postcard. There was also on the lady in Junon and the old farmer guy in Junon. I assume it's just a design choice, but that like style shit was everywhere. I thought it'd have a purpose. Maybe part 3, but I'm probably overthinking. Probably just tattoos. Normal tattoos are just being weird. The Junon lady had one on her arm, and the dude at the farm who had no shirt on, the old guy had like a bunch, and they looked like they were like purposeful for like some group or something that they were in, or there was some backstory between those two characters or whatever. But I think they were just tattoos, and they just look similar because that's what it was.
それぞれこう最後に何を思うかっていうのは人それぞれ多分その旅ありきで変わってくると思うので、それは楽しみにしていただきたいと思います。
Nice.
本当にユーザーが自由にこのワールドマップを
体感していただき、その旅ありきで変わってくると思う。
そういう
こう旅を続けても旅をしてもらった中で、それぞれこう最後に何を思うかっていうのは人それぞれ多分その旅ありきで変わってくる。
Oh, okay. Spin. Yeah, that's true. Everyone plays the game differently, but I did everything. And we're gonna do more of everything tonight.
Lend me your strength.
Thank you, though, FM. I appreciate it. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Let us defy destiny.
Sephiroth's voice is good, man, too. It's like, it's good.
The
I
villain
think so.
never thinks they're the villain. That's the beauty of it. Their perspective is always justified. And there's a thin line
Also,
that Sephiroth
bro's
threads
voice, Cody
beautifully.
Christian.
In one moment, you're like, wait, I get it. I'm on this guy's side.
He sounds
Is
like
he
Cloud.
doing the
What
right
the
thing?
hell? I know it's
He's
the voice
not
actor,
this
but
like over-the-top mwahahaha villain. He's this
Cody's just
very
yeah, I know voice actors are that's their voice, right? But like when I think of a voice actor, I usually think they put on like a voice so they that's not close to their voice at all. Which Cody just sounds just like Cloud. Granted, Britt, that's her name, Britt something. This is Tifa, right? I can hear Tifa in it a bit, but Cody's is
always just
fucking literally just
and
himself.
There's a thin line that Sephiroth threads beautifully.
Is this what
In
Cloud's
one
gonna
moment,
sound like
you're
when he's
wait,
not being
I get it. I'm on this guy's side. Is he doing the right thing?
taken over by
he's not
Sephiroth?
this like over-the-top
Thank you for the
mwahahaha
follow.
villain. He's
Kusana
this
Pedals?
very
I appreciate it.
calculated
Kasuna?
puppet master,
Kasuna.
especially in this
Thank
game.
You never really know with him because it seems like he knows
Yeah, 'cause
everything and we know nothing.
She doesn't sound like Aerith
He
at all.
knows so much, and he can get inside of Cloud's head.
He starts off as a soldier with people who look up to him. It's protagonist.
Yo, thank you for the sub, Kasuna. I appreciate it. What the hell? Thank you so much. Thank you. I gotta turn down that sub alert sound though, bro. That shit's loud, dude. I'm sorry about that, by the way. I'll fix that afterwards.
Who looks up to him.
He was made into a monster, not of his own choice. And it was the realization that he essentially had no path but to become a monster. That
Everyone's talking about
broke
Sephiroth other than the actual guy who
Can't wait
voices
to
him.
see how much more of that thread he pulls from Cloud.
Oh my fucking god, dude. What is this? This shit's get this.
How much he attempts to unravel and kind of lead him down a similar
What are these ads, YouTube?
7
Come on.
seconds till the end.
God.
Time enough for you, perhaps. But what will you do with it? Let's see.
How did the voice actor for Sephiroth, Tyler, because that's his name, how did he even get the position if he's only done CW stuff? The Wikipedia
Things
didn't
have
look like he
gotten
did a
very,
lot
very
of voice
real
acting
from
prior.
when
Like, how did he
Cloud
just
rode the
get
train
that
in,
role?
all cool like into Midgar in the beginning. A lot has transpired, so
Also,
the
Cody's
stakes
got
have
the
just
blue ass eyes,
risen.
bro. Holy
I
shit.
think moral compass has not really shifted. Who Cloud is hasn't really shifted. I think the fight against Sephiroth, the fight against Shinra, all of that stays true, and if anything is exacerbated in the second game. The biggest shift really is, I would say,
dude, look at the
just
jewelry.
The essence of Cloud, his
Is the
personality,
Square
what he
Enix
allows
check
to show
hitting?
through. There's a lot more emotional depth, I feel. I think every relationship
Is it hitting,
that
bro?
Cloud has is important in its own way. It's dynamic because with every person we see a little bit of different side of Cloud. Cloud interacts with Barrett in a very
He's
different
majestic,
way than
man. He's
how
a
he
good-looking
interacts with
dude.
Tifa. His vulnerability with Tifa is also very different than his vulnerability with Aerith. In the first game, the scenes with Aerith going through the rooftops and kind of traversing the slums, there was so much raw and honest interaction between the two, and I feel like it peeled back so many layers for the both of them. The water tower scene, that's definitely one of my favorites. I have like an anchor
He's a
line,
Tifa guy,
if you
I think,
will,
right?
That was so drilled into me the first like 3 months of doing this game.
You playing Team
Cloud's
Wolf?
Infamous, like not interested. Always, if I'm ever questioning the tone or where I need to be with it, like I'll go to that line because it's there. There's an exterior to Cloud, and that's what most people see initially, and that's that tough, abrasive,
Well, sorry,
cold,
finding you.
almost
Hey, it's all good. I
disheartening
appreciate it. Thank you so
exterior
much.
shell. In the first game, we kind of got introduced to Cloud that way, and slowly, as the game progressed,
I gotta meet
to peel away the layers. We
the
got to
voice
see what was
actors one
inside.
day,
The
man.
second game, we get to really see the core.
Just to be like, hey,
of
thanks
Cloud,
for doing your job really well. Made me cry a lot. And then take a picture and then move on.
You know, this little boy that has been.
He'll be at Otakon, I think, this summer, so
we get to kind of see
I'll actually get to meet them.
But all in all,
which is cool,
I think Cloud
hopefully.
is just he's a very interesting human being, and I've fallen in love portraying him.
Bro, you're literally him, dude.
You're our guide?
He's him.
I sure am. You can ask anyone around here.
He acts, dude.
I'm
He just speaks. Yeah, he literally just speaks.
Is impassioned, and she definitely has a sense
And Britt
of,
also
like,
just sounds
righteousness and
slightly
anger
like it
and
too.
Determination to seek revenge, but that's also balanced with this like really compassionate side. I think Tifa's internal conflict in terms of
Yeah, she sounds a lot like it as well.
taking
Holy
down
shit! Now I
Shinra, but
hear it.
also this moral compass of what is right and wrong is kind of my favorite aspect of who she is, because I think it makes her so human. She is not just solely driven by revenge and
Oh, good,
hate.
Effium.
She's also very caring.
See ya, thanks for stopping by,
and
appreciate it.
Doesn't want innocent people to be killed or pay the price in the crosshair.
This is part
I think
4.
in this game, you get to see so much more of Tifa's past and all of the trauma that she has been through and carries and is kind of forced to confront. We really get to delve deeper and see what she has gone through and also understand what is motivating her. It's not like she's super old, you know. She's young to have gone through this. So
This
it just makes me
VA
more
looks like
empathetic as
someone
an
who I went to
actor,
school
as
with.
a fan for her journey.
It's kind of
I
weird.
am most proud of
It actually looks
the
very much like
scenes
someone I went to school with.
between Cloud
In middle,
and
high school?
Tifa.
Yeah,
I
high
think
school.
those are my favorite because that relationship is so deep and there's so much history and so many years have gone by. So it's always fun when we get to really dive deep into some emotion, because it's hard to break through Cloud's tough exterior. So those rare moments are
It is.
fun.
I want Cloud to
Wait,
talk like a normal
what are
human,
you
like he did
implying?
when he was
That
in
I died?
Gongaga.
That I'm some kind of imposter? Tifa's relationship with Cloud is really challenged in Rebirth. That is terrifying. For
That,
her,
I
as
love
it
that
would be
moment
for
in
anyone.
Gongaga when
You
he's
kind of get to see
when they're
their
in the room.
relationship really
God, man,
be
I hope we get
stretched
a nice
and,
chunk of
put to the
not
test.
fucked
I think
up
you also
Cloud in
get to
part
see
3.
her develop her friendship with
Unless he's
Aerith
fucked up
as
for the
they
whole
both
game,
are
and then the end of the game,
concerned
he's
for
like, I'm
him,
okay now,
and
game ends. I'm like,
Tifa
dude, come on,
confides in
man.
her. I think we get to see that develop and grow that relationship.
I'd be
It's
pissed.
exciting. It's exciting for me as the actor, and I hope for the fan base.
Well, can we rent some birds? Can we?
Fine.
Where's Barrett? Can we get Barrett to talk
When
some
we
more?
first meet Aerith, she
I love
is
that. I love
a
Barrett,
flower
man.
seller from the slums who spends a lot of her time in an abandoned church. But as the game goes on, you get to know her more. You find out she's the last descendant
Answer that's OG
of
spoilers.
an ancient
Yeah,
race
I
called
know.
the Cetra, who
I'll have
the
to
ability
wait.
to commune with the planet and wield the power of the life stream. At the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake, Aerith talks about how the next part of their journey represents total and complete freedom. She calls it boundless and terrifying.
I wonder what the voice actors when they voice the game like.
Incredibly scared of what's to come because a lot of her life has been spent
Why they
in
get you
very
sick? I'm
small
sorry, I'm
circles and in confinement even. So in Rebirth, she is able to conquer that fear and face it and actually experience some of the joys of freedom. And that's a really cool journey to go on with her. I think a lot of Aerith's character development.
Oh wait, where's is
through the
Yuffie's
course of
VA in
Rebirth
this?
has
Susie?
a lot to do with her friendship.
Or is she too busy? Susie's in like a
grows
bunch of
to
stuff
love
recently.
them so deeply,
Like
and I
every
think
single
that
game that
really
comes out, she's a
informs
voice actor in,
her
which is good for
character
her.
and
But
informs all of her decisions through the very end.
I don't think she's been in this
These
yet.
memories were precious.
Yes. Extremely.
The line where Aerith is telling Wedge, "You can do it. I believe in you. You just got to try your best." And lines like, "Gotta look forward, not
Dude,
back."
seeing the
Those
remake
lines
to
are the ones
Rebirth
I'm most
clips,
proud of because
the
those have an
models
impact
have like
far beyond the
drastically
game
gotten better.
because
They
they
weren't
impact
bad in remake. The
people
game looks
and
fucking
help them
amazing
push
still,
forward
but
when
like
things are hard.
I didn't
Aerith has this
realize the
beautiful
difference.
way of shining a light through the dark. The way
Even just like the
that she
clarity of some of the
embraces
stuff.
life and
Double and
embraces
Tri-Count?
joy
Jeez,
and
man.
happiness in every single moment that she lives is so
That's crazy.
beautiful
Double and
and
Tri-
so
wow.
impactful. It's such a lesson for all of us, and that's got to be the reason that people are so moved by her character.
You could
She's
tell.
worked her way into people's hearts and just
I wonder how many gigabytes per character
Only
model.
dumbasses believe that shit.
Question. Does that make me a dumbass?
Bro, get these fucking ads out of here, dude. Stop. I hate this. Like, this is everywhere, man. Get out of here, dude.
I didn't say that. What I
200,
meant was,
he's $250,000.
Screw shit.
Oh yeah, I did see half of it is his hair. Yeah.
Barrett's a
$250,000.
leader.
That's
father.
Wow, dude.
He's a pretend father to some of the
Barrett.
members of Avalanche. I would say definitely Cloud.
Hopefully I can meet this man at
Unknowingly
Otakon.
times. He's fiery, he's tough, he's real, but he's a leader. And he cares about people and obviously about the planet. You know, from the moment the train lands and, you know, Cloud jumps off, you better be worth every penny, Merc. You see him as this commanding big guy, like, hey, it's about the mission, let's go. And then he's talking smack the whole time, like, why are you hesitating? Gotta blow this reactor up. Obviously, in the beginning, I care about the team more than I care about the mercenary who we just hired. And then you see as he grows, he cares about him and he's part of the team. But he's also got Marlene. He's also got the people of Midgard. He's got
Barrett's
all these
eyes,
different
dude.
things that he cares about. And
They
then
are
all of a
so
sudden,
majestic.
We get to this one, Rebirth, and we're in a whole different realm.
I don't know how they somehow made.
And I can live with it.
He looks
One of the most difficult
drastically
things about
different with the
portraying
glasses and without the
Barrett
glasses.
is that I
Like it's
never
weird.
want
It looks like
him
a whole
to
new character.
Come off as a caricature or come off as a stereotype.
It's like
or
the
be looked
meme
at in a negative
of the
way.
dude's like, a
because of
toothpick
his
would change a
culture,
man.
his race, his creed. He's not as
Is that
angry
with his
as most
glasses?
people think he is, especially for those who play the original. But in Rebirth, Barrett is
Because
very
it's literally
caring,
just the glasses changing.
but
That's it.
self-reflecting. So
But he
you
looks
get to
totally
see
different.
the actual center of who he is because of his story being told. A lot of interpretation came from me for Barrett. I mean, I have an uncle who actually sounds like Barrett. So I'm like, let me just put, you know, my uncle into this too, and then see where this goes. Now, my uncle doesn't have as many layers as Barrett. So I was just like, thanks for the voice, Uncle. I'll take some of that and, you know, do Barrett with that. But that was what we did for my part on it.
That was a good
But it
idea,
was
right?
Without your help, I'd still be in Hojo's clutches, trapped in that lab.
I wonder if anybody has
When we
like
first encounter
children.
Red 13,
All the
he is this
VAs seem like
mysterious
they're
creature who's being
relatively
held captive
young
in
and
this evil scientist's
not parents.
lab, and
Not
he's
that it
being
really adds
experimented
much,
on.
but
And so we think he's this wise old man. We come to learn he's actually this brave and loyal and
now I think about it,
trustworthy
Max's
friend.
actual
It's all about
voice
trust with Red,
sounds like
and
normal Red.
We see that he is very closed off to the group towards
And obviously
the
his
beginning
first
of the
voice
game.
sounds
and in
nothing
Rebirth
like him.
we have this opportunity to see him open up. We
He was like,
see
"Hey guys,
Red learning about
this
his
deep
past
voice, I'm
and
getting annoyed of
the
it. Can
truth
I
about
just like
his
speak
family,
normally?"
then
And
we
that's
also
what he
get to see
does.
him make new family. His scene at Cosmo Canyon, that part of the game, is absolutely stunning the way it plays out from beginning to end. You see a
God,
character really
so good.
transform and learn who he is and where he comes from. This character who's like 48 years old and finally learning the real story of his past. Red 13 is searching for his own identity. He's
48?
loyal to these people who freed him from these dire circumstances.
What?
And is maybe using this as an opportunity
bro
to
was like
figure out
16.
more about
Wait,
who he really
dog
is
years.
and who he wants to be.
Never mind.
I'm back now, Aerith.
Right? 3 years?
I'm back.
Maybe?
Zach is courageous. He's loyal. He's got a compassionate heart for others. You're gonna see some new friendship dynamics.
This
and
is
some old
Zach's
ones
also
come
just
about,
normal
and that's a big
voice.
thing for Zach. The first one that comes to mind is
Okay,
in
so
the Cost
Zach's voice
relationship. It
just sounds
is,
like this 'cause
one,
it's the
friendship
dude.
that everybody wants. A
Like, the
friendship
way
like
his,
that,
like-
But two, I just learned so much from their dynamic.
Okay, the
Also
way
with
he
Aerith
speaks also
as
sounds like
well.
Zach.
And you're
I
gonna
thought that
see
was
some
just
new
like the
relationships
voice
as well, like
direction
Marlene.
being weird,
And like I
but
said,
no,
you're
it's
gonna
just the
see
dude.
new sides of him because of that.
Huh. Interesting.
I think fans are gonna love the story that we're telling. I think they're gonna be surprised. I think they're gonna be just shocked at the direction that we go with it.
The way
I
Zach
couldn't
talks
think
in
of a
Rebirth,
better
I don't
story
think
to
it's the
tell for this next
voice
iteration of
directors.
Zach.
I think it's just the
You're gonna love
guys, how
I
it
know I
sounds to me. Like, it sounds awkward. Maybe that was the direction they're going, but like a lot of it sounds very like unsure, which
Don't
might
forget
be Zach. Oh,
when your
here's
material gets stolen.
but
You're kind of
something
left
about it
with
like throws me off a bit. I don't know.
I think she.
I don't hate it. I
left
don't
an impact on
love it like
players.
everyone else though.
Yuffie is
Might just be
a
Zach's
super
voice.
cool
I
ninja
might just have to
from
get used to it.
Wutai, but she is pretty much everything.
I might grab the game next month. You should get it. Yeah, Delirious. Even if you're not a fan of JRPGs, remake or rebirth and whatever, I think they're great. I think I would recommend him to people who, if you like story games, you should check him out. I definitely assumed Red had 2 different. Yeah, same. I knew it was the same guy because I figured it. Someone told me, I saw on Twitter like 2 weeks ago, or a couple weeks back. But yeah, you would think it'd be 2 different voice actors because it's
You would
massively
not envision
different.
a ninja to be. She is very theatrical and has
So props to
really
him, man. Max
lofty
Middleman.
visions of herself.
Phenomenal.
She kind of has a one-track mind, and that is
Square
materia.
Enix knows how to do
But,
voice acting though
you know,
in
even
their
for
FF titles
all
though.
the times that
At least recently, they seem to hit the nail on the head a lot.
Because after all, she is
In
still
my
a ninja,
time,
so.
I can't say for FF 10.
She had a very closed view of the world around her. She came from Wu-Tai.
Which I wonder if it's more of
She
a
never
voice
really ventured too
actor
much
thing or
beyond
the
it, and
directors
She thinks very highly of Wu-Tai.
and the script writers for
very
localization.
Not highly of everything else. From episode Intermission and her interactions with all the people in Midgar and her experiences, she was able to open her worldview a little more and start to be more accepting of the people around her and really learn and mature through that.
Who are you?
Vincent
Valentine.
I think VO and video games have matured a lot. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, yeah. Now I think about it,
Security.
Vincent Valentine represents.
There's still misses
a
on
vestige of the dark history
non-Amer
of
like English
and
first games.
Extremely
like
dangerous.
Stellar Blade the other day
business
had
interests. He
Taki
represents
sounded
kind
iffy,
of
but
the surviving shadow of the people that were trounced
Eve
by
sounded good.
Shinra's initiatives.
But yeah,
and
it's
ideals.
mostly a hit
He
recently,
represents
especially with like
the history
AAA games
of what got
Which
the company
I would
to where
hope
it is
so,
now,
right?
coming back to haunt it. I'm thankfully very familiar with Final Fantasy VII. I remember auditioning for it and wanting very, very badly to get this role. I had dreams back when I started out as a voice actor.
Didn't they
about one day
trick
having the
him and
opportunity
say
to
that he
lead for this game if it ever
is
came
just
to
a
pass.
character in
For
the
many years,
background?
everyone was waiting for the remake to possibly be a thing. I'd assumed it was gone. I assumed that it would. It was just one of those that got away.
Some of the people in the production knew how much this meant to me, and they got me.
Oh, yeah,
to
this
do
is
some more
for-
background voices on Rebirth. I was like, hey, well, at least I get to be a part of this one too. Come into the session, they're like, we're gonna go ahead and put up a little
forgot he
camera.
also
to just get
does
sort of
fucking
facial motion
Ganon
capture
in
reference. I'm like,
Tears of the
okay,
Kingdom.
I will never let any of you see that video.
I'll try to find it, guys. I got you.
I think my fondest memory working on
Right?
this game was when I realized who I was playing.
You know what we're doing here?
I know the game.
So we've got you playing some NPC characters and variety of different stuff, and you know, it's pretty much just like you've done before. We'll play you the Japanese file. You just come in, just give me like 2 or 3 in a row.
They brought me in to record
Interesting.
background voices, just a couple of random people in Nibelheim or whatever, and partway into the session, the screen began to glitch out.
That's weird. Doing something weird here.
Yo, what?
And it led
I
to
forgot
this
this
weird
pretty-
black screen display. into
Okay, I remember him
text.
mentioning
What
this,
if you-
but
what if you were playing a
and
different
I
character?
think I watched the Comic-Con thing. They did this whole thing? What the fuck?
What the hell is this?
And so they revealed to me in session that I was actually there to record Vincent instead of these background characters.
That's sick, dude.
No.
Nice. That's a
serious?
amazing PowerPoint slide. Vincent Valentine. I don't know the font name,
Oh
but
man, I'm not
sick
gonna lie.
underlined font.
This means a lot to me.
And it kind of broke me in a beautiful way. I think that's going to be a particular memory I carry with me for a very, very long time.
That's got to be crazy though, because now he has to totally flip the script.
We sincerely hope you enjoyed your trip with us.
I'm most excited for the fans to just continue experiencing the story.
Because if he's going in expecting that, then he's like, oh shit, now I got to lock in with my
you get
Vincent
to see
voice.
so
Uh-oh.
many cities
I would be
and
caught
so
off guard.
many locations, and there's side quests, there's mini games.
I'm excited for everyone to be able to hop on a chocobo and then see just how far they can ride and be surprised by how much
The PowerPoint
more
does
alive
look
this
like a
world
kid made it,
is
yeah.
in comparison to how we remember it.
I want to see their reactions to Barrett's story. I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that.
I'm most excited for people
Yeah,
to
dude.
discover the sides
Dean,
of Zack
that
we
fucked me up,
haven't
man.
seen yet before.
It's like the whole gang is
Fuck
together.
me up,
The
man.
characters get to let loose and have a little bit of fun.
It's really nice to get some lighter adventure and get to see these characters in more of a playful element and atmosphere. That was exciting for me, and I hope for the fans.
Dude, has all this voice cast, have they done a lot of stuff outside of 7 Rebirth?
And there
Like,
it
I
was,
know Matt
the
Mercer, of
first
course,
step
and
on
Max
a new
Middleman, I think,
journey.
have done a nice
tell
chunk
me?
of stuff, as well as like Sid and whatnot. But like
Yeah.
Cody Christian,
course we are.
Britt Baron, and Aerith's
Right.
voice VA, I don't remember. Like, they don't sound familiar. Though there it is, just ends, damn. But they don't sound familiar. All right, there we go. Those are good videos. Those are actually really enjoyable to watch. I could watch probably 5 billion more of them. I really could.